Hey, welcome to Tarot After Dark. So good to be here. Just kind of getting back into the routine of things, the rhythm, let's say, because that's just the best place to be. That's my comfort zone. I don't know about you, but as an introvert, I need my comfort zone, whatever that might be. And sometimes routine is the way to go. And yet, I don't like the term routine because it sounds kind of boring and mundane. So, ritual, maybe, whatever you want to call it. The things we do or the places we go that feel good and familiar, where we don't always have to be using our head and using our brain all the time, but we can kind of be on autopilot. It's kind of like taking the same route to work, where, hopefully, if you're driving, you're paying attention, but you know the direction you're going, so you don't have to worry so much about, oh, where do I turn next? And you can stay focused on what you're doing. And realistically, it takes so much less energy when you can do things on a regular basis. And why am I bringing that up? Well, because tarot is a lot like that as well, right? Hey, Kitty. Hi, Aaron. Thank you for telling me it's you. I could kind of tell by the last name too. Kitty's cute too. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so tarot for me I can't believe I can say this. Like, past me a couple decades ago would never dream that I'd be comfortable playing with tarot out in public, actually talking about it, actually have a channel about it. Like, who the heck is this person? But that's like anything, right? Anything you're striving for, we put it up on a pedestal and we give it more energy than we can get from it, which kind of puts it way out of reach sometimes, like way out of reach. And it can feel exhausting to, to try and conjure up those dreams, especially in those times where we really need it. We're down in the dumps. We're not feeling as good as we want to feel. We want our dreams to manifest, but sometimes we just kind of feel like, oh, I don't have the energy to do it. So I know what I've been kind of talking about is kind of all over the map, but the underlying thing is consistency is the freaking key to it all. And I used to think consistency meant boring, over and over, doing the same thing. Well, there's multiple ways you can do things. I've had to do it that way because I guess my neurospicy brain needs to have variety. I need to have play. Otherwise, I get bored. Otherwise, I get freaking cranky because I haven't had a chance to play the way I want to. So for me, I find it so much easier, more easy, however, is to stay consistent. Try and do something on the regular, whether it's every day, every second day, miss a day, don't miss a day. It's not about perfection, okay? Consistency is not about perfection. Consistency is about feeling good about the actions you take when you feel like taking them, right? Hey, Renee, good to see you. So that's the key there. And see, I missed that for the longest time because to me, consistency meant you got to keep doing it. And it takes me back. I mean, I'm sure you can think back to your own childhood. So here's me. Loved learning how to play the guitar in elementary school. Loved it so much I wanted to take lessons. I begged my parents to let me take guitar lessons. Luckily enough, they allowed me to take them. And it was great for the first couple of weeks or month, or I don't even know. Time is weird when you were a kid, looking back now. But after a while, I'd go a few days without practicing. And then, my parents would ask me, so have you practiced your guitar today? No. And it became a chore. I didn't want to do it because I had to. And I'm a stubborn person. So it became a chore and I didn't want to do it anymore. So I got it into my head that playing guitar, practicing is boring. I just wanted to learn how to play all the cool songs. But the stuff I was learning back in the day, it was like, oh, what the heck song is that? I never heard of that song before. So it really made a big difference. in how I thought about things, which now it's totally different now. Totally different. And we got to learn these lessons in our own time. But the key to consistency is knowing it's not perfection. It's knowing it's not like playing the guitar where you do have to keep up your practice, because if you don't, if you lose the calluses, guitar players know, or ukulele, whatever, if you lose those calluses, then it's a lot harder to play. So you have to keep up on it. But most other things, you can take a little break from it. And the key is to not feel guilty, not feel bad, enjoy the break you're taking from it, and enjoy knowing that when you get back to it, you're going to be refreshed, you're going to love it, you're going to be enthusiastic about it all over again. And that's like anything, okay? Anything at all. So I want to, anyone have any questions about that? I mean, I know I'm here, I talk tarot all the time, but tarot is just it's a prop, it's a means to everyday life. Like, I sent an email out to my list today, and it was all about, asking the right questions of tarot and having the confidence to trust the messages that come through to you. But the key to trusting is to ask the right questions, right? So you want to ask questions that are more open-ended when it comes to tarot. And hey, this is for you, even if you don't read tarot, but you want to get a tarot card reading, you'll have a better time. The reader will be able to do the reading better if you can pose the question in a way that makes sense. But the sign of a good reader is no matter what question you ask, because you're not the professional, well, maybe you are too, but as you're getting a professional reading, that tarot reader should be able to package your question or query up in a way that that makes sense. So, hey, Christina, nice to see you here. So, the right kind of question to ask is a non-binary question, which means it's not ones and zeros, which means it's not yes or no, this or that, because it's not an empowering way to do it. Empowering gives you a choice, not in the way of this or that, but in a choice of what do I need to do? Who do I need to reach out to? Who do I need to be? So, I wrote a couple notes here. So instead of a question starting like, will I fill in the blank? Will I meet somebody? Will I get that job? Will I get that house? Will I win $1 million? Right? I mean, that's a pretty much a yes or a no. And who wants to hear no? Nobody. So if you get a reading like that, and then you're shut down and your dreams kind of go down the toilet, and you don't want that. So you want to be able to shift it from will I to what can I? What can I do to be more prosperous? What can I do to align with the right job? What can I do to be who I need to be to attract someone into my life? And again, it's not attracting a specific person, because that sets us up for failure as well. So it's all about the question you want to ask. So let me ask you, do you have a question? I've got about 4 people on here live right now, and anyone who ends up watching the replay, do you have a question? I can pull a tarot card on it, but first, let's see if we can reframe your question in a way that it's more empowering for the cards to reveal the steps and the ways. Because I say this all the time, the cards are just a snapshot in the moment of time. And we always have free will to make a different decision, to turn left instead of right, to so many different things that you can be empowered instead of, will this person go out with me or something like that. Sound like grade school. So pop your question in the chat and let's see if we can reframe the questions, even if it's not, let me just slurp. We've got a couple of moments before a question comes. Or here's another thing. Maybe you don't have a question. Maybe you're curious. You want a tarot reading, but You don't have a specific question, and that's okay. It's okay to have a more general question, but something, the query is the term. And it's, what do I need to know right now? What do I need to, and you can be even more specific. What do I need to know about work right now? What do I need to know about my relationships right now? What do I need to know about finances? What do I need to know about my health? I could keep going on and on. Oh, hi, David. Nice to see you. So yeah, it's really all about taking a moment to pose the query in your mind, because that has energy to it, right? And when you have that, and energy is vibration. When you have that vibration, you are now putting it out there to the universe. You're putting it out there to for the answers to start coming in, the hints, the ideas, and really that's totally what it's all about. So no one has any questions? You can write that in the comments too. I don't have a question. And then I at least know that everyone's still listening. Unless you're kind of multitasking, because I know we all do that, right? Stirring the stew while you're listening to Lorraine on Tarot After Dark. I totally get it. Yeah. So I guess what I'm going to do in the meantime, otherwise it's just sitting here waiting for you guys to comment. And it's not about you commenting. You're here to watch me. I totally get it. Pressure's off. I want to pull a collective card for everybody who's watching this. So let me just ask the cards. What do we need to know about this week? Okay. Now, again, a collective reading could take it or leave it. It really depends on if it resonates. Now, the cool thing is, those of you who know, I know Christina knows, I know Renee knows, and I think I know Erin knows, that on Tarot After Dark, it's about taking your magic tools. If you have a card deck, tarot, whatever, oracle, doesn't matter. Let's pull some clarifiers for the cards that we pull. And I see, Renee, you have a question. So let me just do this particular one. And thank you for asking a question. And I will definitely, you'll be next. Let me put a little star beside your name. Kitty, you say I. You started, probably hit return too soon. I do that all the time. Some apps, you press return and it just gives you another line. Other apps, post. Why can't everything get its act together? All right, so this is collectively for everyone. What do we need to know about this week? And it's just the week of December 9th. So let's go. Hi, Tammy. What do we need to know about this week? Two of Pentacles I got. So it feels like there is some balancing of energy, and maybe you have your eye on doing something, but something else is getting your attention. It's prioritizing your time. And maybe you feel a little like, oh, I really want to go do this other thing, but I'm stuck here doing this thing. So to me, it feels like, regardless of what you want to do, if you're doing something else, be present in whatever it is you're doing. The other thing can wait. Just be present. I'm really drawn to her looking down. So she's looking down at the ground right now, which is like where she's standing. She's literally in the present moment, no matter what decisions are trying to come her way. So I feel like that is putting the energy right in front of you. You can work with that energy. It gives you motivation. It gives you insight. It gives you these things quicker because your energy is here and it's present. It's not scattered all over the place to, oh, I got to get that done. Oh, this person wants me. Oh, that thing that happened 5 years ago. Right? It's all about really getting your energy focused in this moment. So I get people are always like, you're introverted? Yeah, I am, but I manage my energy. That's how I can be on these calls and have the energy and enthusiasm that I do, because I'm fully present here. And you can probably tell when I'm not, like, when the dog's doing something or their sound, like it kind of, I can feel my energy and my attention scattering a little bit. And it's harder for me to stay present and grounded. Because to me, those are synonymous, being grounded and present. being centered. You can't be centered and off thinking about something that happened in the past or that's happening in the future. You can only be centered fully in the present, where your heart, your mind, your body, your thoughts are all here, focused, right? Oh, good. Some agreement. Yes. I love that. And Kitty has a question too. All right. So that was for everybody collectively. Does anyone have some clarifiers? Do you have a tarot or oracle deck handy that you can pull a clarifier? And if so, just pop what you picked up from it in the comments, or what comes in the book. Like if you've got to refer to the book, just open it up to the page and whatever grabs your attention first. You don't have to write the whole paragraph. You should come help me with the first thing so I can go do the other thing. Yeah, there we go. We need people to do that. Help me with this so I can go do that. That's called delegating. There's that. That's one way to get around it and do it in the moment. All right. So if you want a question, pop it in the comments. And I'm going to start with Renee here. What is the best word or way for me going forward? Okay. So you got clarifier cards handy. Let's give Renee a little mini reading here. What's the best way for Renee to move forward? Okay, 2 cards came out. They're both wands. Wands is about energy, so there you have it. So you have the Ace of Wands. So to me, this is saying you need to get clear on what you want moving forward. Now, if you can't define it as an intellectual thought or a thing or a plan or a goal, how do you want to feel? That's a good way to get around it. That's for anybody, realistically. If you can't, they say, what's your goal? What's your dream? And you're like, oh my God, there's too many things. Just focus on how you want to feel. So that's what I pick up for you right now, Renee. And then the other card that came, this is how you want to feel. 4 of Wands. So this is talking about being in the energy of friends, celebration. That to me feels like it's the best way moving forward, Renee. Keep the energy light. Let yourself be social. Say yes to invitations that you feel you really want to do. And instead of, oh, I got work to do, I've got this or that, you find your way to fit the things in that you want to do. That's life, we're on this earth to experience things. So if we're so focused on, work and all this stuff that's important, and I have, responsibilities, well, you also have a responsibility to live your life. So if you've been booking yourself solid on doing all of these things that you have to do, guitar practice, you're missing out on the things that light your heart up. That's how you're going to move forward. That's how you're going to shift your energy in a way that allows you to then say, okay, I'm feeling better now. What's the next steps? I think things will start to reveal them. It's almost like walking across a river when it's foggy and you can't see too far in front of you, and you can only see, that first little stepping stone, and you can't see the next one until you step on the first one, and then so on and so forth. There you go. I kind of went off on a tangent. Thank you. I agree with that. Thank you. Clarifier for Renee. Yes. Just say yes. I love that. Just as I did that, the light changed. Yeah, that's the, what's the deck called again? I should know. I have it. It's a good deck. I love that. You're welcome. Thanks for the clarifier, Christina. Love it. All right. So on to Erin. Here we go. What do I need to know about the new path I'm on? Ooh, I love these mystery questions. That just leave so much open to interpretation. So let's see. What does Erin need to know about the new path she's on? Okay, everyone's getting 2 cards here today. All right, the first one is the 3 of Pentacles. So what I'm picking up is you need to realize that you can't do things alone, that being part of a project or being part of a group, it doesn't necessarily mean you're all knitting or crocheting or something. Everyone has their skill, and I think that will help give you confidence, knowing that there's things that you can accomplish on your own. I think it's standing on your own, but not being alone, right? You're around other people. You're going to create more skill in your life and I don't know what that is, but it's something that makes you feel good, something that makes you feel part of something else. That's really going to help you grow. It's going to help you discover there's some things you really love and you don't realize it yet. Which brings me to the next card. You got the Knight of Cups. This is the card of romance. This is the card of traditional love and acceptance. So maybe it's meeting a soulmate through just finally feeling comfortable doing what you want to do. So it takes time, right? It takes time to do that. But it's most important is you need to feel good about you. This isn't about, oh, I need somebody else to feel whole and complete. This is, I'm going out there. I'm doing things that make me feel good. I'm letting other people help me. I'm helping other people. We're integrating together. And this is the added bonus. This isn't the prize. This is the prize, because this is where you're going to trust and feel like you are part of something bigger and better. So there you go. Any clarifiers? Work your light. That's the name of the deck. Yes. Yes. Clarifier. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. I love that. I love it, love it, love it. That was for you, Erin. Hi, Janet. Yes, let me put a star beside your name. I saw another one here. What a lovely day. May I have a message from my guides? Sure. Let's see. So we did Erin, and well, looks like you're up next. So let's do it. Let me put these cards back in. I like when they come back out. I don't know. Am I allergic to being on live? Because this happened last time too. Excuse me. All right. Mojo's helping me. Mojo the lovebird. He's the biggest introvert in the house. Speaking of introverts. All right. So what do I need to know from my guides? Everyone's getting 2s today. The first one is the King of Cups. Trust in yourself. Trust that no matter what you've gone through in the past or what you might be worried about now, your guides are with you. They're watching and they're assisting you, but you always have to ask for help. Here's the other one that came up. 5 of Wands in reverse. It's funny because looking at it this way, it looks like they're falling. So from this perspective, I'm just picking up that don't do too many things at once. Because when we're not grounded, that's when we get klutzy. All right. So it feels like you trust in your emotions. Focus on that more than your thoughts. And just try and just do one thing at a time. Don't be like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I don't know if you were here when I was saying earlier about multitasking and not being present and centered. So this to me is just saying, yes, you need to be centered. You need to be present so that you can really use your energy to the fullest, your mental energy, your emotional energy, all of the above. Okay. I hope that makes sense for you. Did anyone pull a clarifier? Oh, Renee. Okay, and I think was this for I think this was for Aaron. Clarify, follow what feels good, not what makes sense. Yeah, I love that. That actually could be for What a Lovely Day 92. Right? Follow what feels good. What feels good is being immersed in the energy and in flow with your intuition. And this, sometimes it's action without intellect, sometimes, right? All right. And Aaron's saying, sounds pretty spot on. Thank you. Clarifier too. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. And you're welcome too. Yeah, I agree. Both of them were good for that. Yes, yes. All right, let's go back up. Let me find my little stars. Janet, where are you? There you are. Okay. Excuse me. So what do I need to know for this week? I don't know if you were here for the first one I pulled. It was the Two of Pentacles for everybody. It was a collective. So what does Janet need to know for this week? Well, we have Temperance. So to me, it feels like you want to do one thing, but something else happens instead. So you need to and it's kind of Two of Pentacles energy. You need to kind of juggle things a little bit, and that's okay. Forewarned is forearmed. This is the magic of the universe. It gives us opportunities to use the skills that we want to practice and we want to learn, even that we have dominion over, but we sometimes kind of fall back when there's opportunities to actually stretch and grow. So this anything that happens this week for you, Janet, feels like it's saying you got this. You just need to try it. You need to trust you have the talents and abilities to do it. That's what I pick up for you. I hope it makes sense. Anyone pull a clarifier? Wow, we got racing happening out here. What the heck's small, quiet little resort town? What? Clarifier for Janet. Third time tonight. Yes, just say yes. That's the card. Perfect. So 3 times a charm. 3 is my favorite number. So for you, Janet, it's just, yeah. So when something comes up and you're challenged, and I'm not saying it's going to be a big challenge. This is everyday stuff, I feel. But being a major arcana card, it's also saying this is going to be something that might be quite prominent, or it might be in the background. It really depends on the situation. But the heads up is that say yes to you being able to do it, even though you might not feel confident or feel as skilled in it as you want to. That's the point. That's the practice. So there you go. Tammy, I'm at work just listening. I'd love a card. Okay, we won't tell. All right, so let's just see what Janet says. Cool, thank you. Go with the flow. Yes, absolutely. And I meant to say too that it's probably not going to feel like it's flow. You have to discern it to be flow. All right, so it'll make sense to you when it does happen. So I'd be curious to know. Keep me posted if that makes sense. And Aaron's saying, thank you. Second clarifier works for me too. Oh, good. Yes. Yeah, I believe so too. All right. Get your clarifiers handy. We are going to pull a card for Tammy. What does Tammy most need to know right now? One of my favorite cards. You got the Star. And what I pick up with this is the one word, trust. Trust isn't always easy, but it feels like it's so weird. I'm getting trust the sadness. Trust that whatever you're feeling, you will snap out of it. Because I think and this is kind of for everybody, I think sometimes we're afraid, especially if we're in a place where we don't feel like we can really kind of let go and be emotional, or we feel like, if I started, I'm never going to stop. But I feel like this is just saying that just trust that flow and everything will balance itself out. That's what I pick up for you. Christina, thank you. You're always good with clarifiers. Play, have fun, celebrate. Don't be so serious. Yes, I love that. I love that. So you could take that star card as like twinkle little star. Look up at the night sky and let yourself be like when you were a kid. I'm almost feeling like you laying on the ground at nighttime and looking up at the stars and talking to them and just being whimsical about it. And I was just shuffling, but this flipped over and it came up again. This one came up for Aaron too. So 3 of Pentacles. Do something where you feel like you're integrating into the energy or the group, whatever that looks like for you. Great, we got a siren happening outside. Maybe you can't hear it, hopefully, but it's distracting me. So now my energy is a bit scattered because it's like, how long is it going to go off? I could have stolen your radio by now. So, there we go. So for you, Tammy, I feel like same thing, like do that thing, sign up for that thing you've been wanting to do and you put it off. And so what? You can't make it to all of them. Go to the ones you can go to. I don't know. There you go. There you go. Hey, how are ya? Nice to see you. Okay, so Janet got a clarifier too. The 9 of Swords. So who is that for? Was that for Tammy? And you're welcome, Tammy. Because I know sometimes it takes a bit for these to come in. Thank you. Nice to see you too. Thanks for being here. So 9 of Swords. So what do you pick up from that message, the 9 of Swords, Janet, for whoever that was for? Let's see. Trust the sadness. I hope this passes fast. Yeah, it's kind of like, you ever been to San Francisco? It's never flat. Yeah, it will pass. It will pass. It comes and it goes, kind of thing. So let's go back to this here, 9 of Swords. So 9 of Swords can often be seen as a nightmare, waking up from a nightmare, or things that keep you up at night. And I think just when you think about swords in general, swords are about thoughts and intellect. Sometimes we can just be worried too much. So maybe if when you're going to sleep, let those thoughts, like think of them to say, oh, these are the things I'm worried and concerned about. Think them and go, okay, let's release them for now. Let me release those thoughts for now and let me sleep. Ask your guides to come and take those worries from you. And if you need to pick them back up in the next day, because there's some things that maybe you have to take action on, then by all means you can, but let yourself rest for the night, I feel. Renee has a clarifier for Tammy. Find a steady focal point to keep you grounded no matter what. Yeah, I love that. That actually goes good with that seven with that star, because that particular card, and it's in the deck now, but it had a string leading up to the star, but it also had it leading down to the earth. So that's definitely feels like it's a grounding cord. My gosh, I don't know what's going on out there, but the horn keeps going off. Yeah, so there you have it. And I know I spoke about, Shan, do you want a card pull? Let me know. So tonight it was mostly talking about asking empowering questions, even if they're generalized questions. That makes you a good reader. Or if you're not a reader, but you want to get a good reading, then if you can think about how to pose your question, or ask the person that's doing the reading for you to help you decipher how to ask the question. Because I feel that it's important to kind of get it clear in your mind, because a confused mind isn't going to get an answer either way. So when you can lay that foundation by asking a question, even if it's general, like you guys asked great questions here, then you have a better framework of receiving the answer that's meant to come. That's a big one right there. All right, Christina. Okay, everyone get your clarifier cards, because Christina is a clarifying queen and she deserves to get clarifiers. And I've said that too many times now. Is there a message from my guides? Yes. Yes, there's a message from your guides. Oh, okay. So let's ask an empowering question. What do I need to know? What do my guides have to share for me? So what does Christina's guides have to share for her? Is how it's going to come out. Let's see. I've already flipped one card over, but put it back in. So it was the Six of Pentacles. Let's see if that pops itself out. Nope. Five of Cups. So what I'm picking up for you, Christina, is that you've done a lot of inner work to release energy that doesn't serve you, to release emotions. And it almost feels like you're like, well, I've done the work. I've done the dance. I've done what I need to do. Why does it keep coming back up? But I'm feeling that it's not coming back up. It's that there's always energy to process. You're very empathic. You're emotionally connected to the people around you. When they hurt, you hurt. When they're frustrated, you're frustrated. When they're happy, you're happy. But don't let you only be happy when they're happy, is what I'm getting. So it's important that they're saying, keep releasing the energy that needs to go so more goodness can flow. Okay. And that's part of it. That's part of the dance. It's like, I always bring up this example. It's like doing dishes. We always have to eat. There's always going to be a mess to clean up. That's just the way it goes. So who's got a clarifier for Christina, please? And if you don't have cards, but you have insight, pop it in the chat too, because it's channeling through you just as much as everybody else. All right. I'm going to take another slurp from my little cloud. Well, Christina pulled a clarifier for herself. Look at that. No, wait, postpone, pause, say no. So what I pick up for that is it's just meter your energy, honor your boundaries. No isn't a bad word. Okay, I like that for you. I like that for you. All right, no other clarifiers for Christina. Tammy, I know you're at work, but you usually get insight that comes through if you have a second. Oh, good, Janet does. Thank you, Janet. A qualifier is the Magician. Abilities, psychic powers. You have them, use them. You have them, use them. Yeah, use them as you need to. Is what I'm picking up there. And Renee, find what fills your cup and pour it all over the canvas of life. So poetic. What cards are those? I love it. I love it. And then putting creativity first. Yes. And that has such good cups energy to it. Cups are about emotion and intuition. I love that. Oh, no worries. No worries at all. I have 9 thumbs when it comes to typing things sometimes. But I think I got the gist of the message. Sometimes I'm a horrible reader. Like reading the words I meant, not a tarot reader. The yogic path, that's the deck. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. I love it. All right, so before we go here, and in honor of Christina, because she always asks, what about a card for you, Lorraine? So I'm going to pull one for me. And always, if anyone resonates with any of the messages that came through that might add someone else's name on it, that's a message for you too, okay? See? Thank you, everyone. Lorraine, what about yours? Yes. See, you keep me on task. I appreciate you. So what do I most need to know about this week? See, it's a nice, easy one. This is a great way to practice using your cards, and they don't have to be tarot. They can be oracle. It can be whatever you want it to be. What do I need to know about? Look at, I get 2 cards. My least favorite card in the deck, the devil. So this is saying, watch the distractions. Don't get caught up in what ifs and things that drag down your energy. Don't listen to your own negative thoughts. That's what I pick up from that. Put that one down. And the 10 of Pentacles. So if I stop disbelieving and I start believing, then everything is going to be a pretty good week. I feel it's going to be a pretty good week. Focusing on being present in my surroundings, maybe keeping my place clean, hanging out with people. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Thank you. Anyone got some clarifiers for me? Shuffle that devil back in the deck. Yeah, I'm here every Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific, trying to keep it on the regular. If I'm not here for whatever reason, then something came up. But this is all about trying to be as consistent as we can. We're not going to sweat it. If we can't do something that we said we were going to do, honor your energy. And you can't honor it if you're beating yourself up about it all the time, right? It's like meditating. Like I meditated and I had it on the insight timer because it keeps track. I've meditated for like 5 years consistently every day. Yes, every day for 5 years. And then last year something happened and I missed a night. And then I'm like, well, there you go. Time for a reset. And then I didn't meditate for the longest time. I sporadically would meditate. Not in the way I wanted to, because I guess it's not that it's perfection mode, but it's more like, to me, it's not meditating unless I'm specifically focusing my mind and clearing and that sort of thing. That's for me personally. So there you go. Couple clarifiers. Thank you. Christina says inner temple, deviation. That's that devil energy. Tune into the portal of your heart. Thank you. Yes, that's always a good place to land for all of us. You ever get scattered and discombobulated? Don't ask me to spell it. Go back, go into your heart. What would I love? What would I love? And not, I would love not to blah, blah, blah. No. What would I love? How do I know these things? Am I in your head? Probably because I've been there. Janet. 8 of Wands. Oh, you had 9 of Wands. No, you had 9 of Swords. 8 of Wands. Take action and gain momentum. Yes, I love that. That's keeping that energy all focused in the right direction and swift action. Woo! Thank you. That's a good one. Oh, devotion, not deviation. Okay. All right. Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. I love it. I love it. Use this time for fully rejuvenation. Hibernation. Yeah, I'm good at that. Too good at that. Thank you. Those were really good. Well, thank you so much. I think I got everybody. Thank you for watching. If you watch as a replay, let me know. Let me know what you thought of the card I pulled for you. Let me know if there was any other takeaways you got from this. I hope you ask empowering questions, even if it's not tarot or oracle. Think of things in the form of singularly focusing that energy so that you can move through life with the best intentions. All right. Mwah. Thank you so much. Love you. See you next week. Peace. I appreciate you too. And everyone listening, yes. Thank you. Enjoy your evening. Bye, everybody.